little bit later than I expected, but we are here. Let's see who all's in here. Hey, Drafter, Harmer, and Bub. The three muchachos.
Connected.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, well, that's probably the way to go. But I mean, I'll help you with something, but I have no idea what.
Wonder how I share.
I lost it.
Yeah, I was trying to make such a turn, my thumb come off the button. I had the wheel turn like 4 times. No, I have no problem helping you pick the cars, but too many times people don't have those combinations. It'd be nice if some of the guys just post up what they had, or let them pick it. The ones that don't have much content, let them pick it.
Yeah, that's why I kind of try to spread it around, but there's only 2 or 3 people that'll even offer suggestions usually.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm calling, I'm using the sprint cars or the little modified cars and stuff. I'm using all kinds of crazy shit, but most people don't have it.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how to share a thing.
I still think just for the hell of it, for a beer night for a few minutes, we got to try them F1s on Bristol. It was pretty fun. 11-second laps, man, you can't beat it.
Oh, Jesus.
They stick, man.
That's
awesome.
Are you talking about like the Williams car or the Indy car?
Yeah, the top. Oh, it was probably the Indy car, the Dowler, I think is what I had on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was hella fun.
Yeah, we may have to try that.
Pitting might be tough. I don't know. You're going 190 when you go by the pit.
Wow.
You know, the other thing we haven't done in a while to change up is one of those figure 8 nights. Get some cars out there, some street stocks or something, and do a figure 8.
I almost did that.
That would be
last
fun.
weekend. I forget what I was thinking about doing, but yeah, you're right. That's fun.
We've done the legends in those figure 8s, haven't we? Those are kind of cool around there.
I don't think we have. I know we did the late model or the super late model or something, and I don't know. Maybe we did legends. I don't remember it for sure.
So much easier to see.
I mean, 35 minutes
on.
of it might be asking a lot. I don't know. I'm sitting here talking, wasn't watching the mirror. Here y'all come. Look.
I was going to try to go to your right, and then you kind of moved over to the right.
You know, I got to learn just to hold my fucking line, honestly, on that. Let you guys do what you got to do there.
I do the same thing, trying to get out of the way.
That Hamster,
Hey, Hamster.
I didn't even hear you come in, man.
Yep.
Hey, Hamster.
Oh, I might be able to put in the fastest lap right away. That'd be something.
Do these tires ever warm up?
On the rear? No. I just put the pressures as low as they can go, and they still say chilly is.
That was a 58.56.
Oops.
Wow! Whoa!
I decided to stand in it and see what happened.
That looked like a triple axle with a spin at the end, man.
I didn't let off the gas. I thought I was gonna get totaled.
That's the best line through there, right?
I thought it was going to be more of a glancing blow, but I hit it more head on.
That's what he said. Oh, never mind. So my son just got yesterday, man. He's going to upgrade his computer. It was going to be about $1,000. So I said, dude, yeah, look into just getting another system. So he had CyberPower put one together, $2,400. Was October special weekend. He got it for $1,600. This thing has got everything on it, man.
The lap was a
Oh, nice.
1:07.02.
44 cores, 50 RAM. I don't know. There's so much shit in it. He's got solid state drive, regular hard drive, graphics card
Bub's
that sounds
funny.
like an airplane.
God, Chatty's already giving me
Sweet.
issues, really. Well, if I miss any chat things, I apologize, but Chatty's been giving me issues all day. Where it keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. My first gaming machine was actually a CyberPower PC thing. Because I had no idea how to put one together. And it was the only way to get a custom one without putting it together. And then once you already have that, it's so much easier to mess around with the pieces and start learning how to put it together.
That was a 59.19.
Oh, turn, baby, turn. Nope. How many laps are we doing? 20 laps, so I probably have way too much fuel in. Wah, wah. By the way, I'm more than willing to share my setup because it actually feels pretty nice around here, but I don't actually know how.
You gotta go to voting, and there's the options in there to send it.
That's why I always forget that it's in there.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
Nope.
There we go. I sent it. Feel free to use it or not. Just figured I would shoot it in there.
Thanks, Hamster.
Thanks, Hamster.
Thank you.
They'll probably all use their own setup. They probably
I would
already
send
have
mine,
one,
but it's called default.
Me too.
Oh, it's funny. Oh. Ugh. Wow, 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 wow. Wah, wah. These cars sound so much more aggressive than they actually are. I like it. Sounds like a little terrier napping at your, not napping, yapping at your feet, like rawr, 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 rawr. It just wants to go. Like, let me at him, rawr. I swear I'm a Formula One car underneath. I really am, rawr. Oh. First lap, it really doesn't want to turn into that corner for me. This track is fun. I like the one with the first chicane more, but it's still plenty of fun without the chicanes. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we're ahead of our own time. Just got to keep it going. Although with my luck, Harmon will throw my setup on and go like a second and a half faster. He's really good at getting everything out of a setup. Nope, I forgot to brake. Oh, that was fun. That was a decent save considering how that corner usually goes when I mess it up. Also, you can't tell, but I had some sugar.
The lap was a
Got a little bit of energy now.
59.84.
It'll probably wear off halfway through the race and then I'll be completely boned. Pizza and jelly beans, not together. Obviously, that would be pretty disgusting. But one of my friends sent me jelly beans for my birthday. Because those jelly bellies are, oof. Oh, they're so good. And I don't know where they get them from. It's probably Costco or someplace like that. But they get a big old bag of them that I go through much faster than I should. That helps contribute to this problem. Yep, see, Harmer went 3/10 faster. Because of course he did.
The lap was a 59.87.
I could probably still put more rear brake in this if I really wanted to.
So I got the race set up for 20 laps, just so you know.
All right.
Woohoo! I love that hill. It's so fun. Unfortunately, in that corner, by the time you feel that you're not going to be able to stick it there, it's too late. Yeah, see, drafter went faster
That
too.
looks like you could take out a couple gallons from the default. Not that it makes any difference, I'm sure.
Yeah, this car doesn't burn a whole lot of fuel.
I think
Nope.
they're both still using default.
Doesn't hold a whole lot.
No. Holds a lot of clowns though.
I'll be right back.
I wondered when it was going to fall through. I was expecting it to fall through a lot earlier than that. A lot more stuff out there than I expected. That makes me feel even worse, though. They're doing, well, not worse, but they just beat me with the default. I still think if you get it just right, you can probably stay full throttle there. I'm still not braking correctly for that corner. My setup does scrub a lot of wear out of the fronts pretty quickly though. You can see in the bottom right I've already got 2 white dots showing. So I've already scrubbed the best off of them. Considering it was just my outlap, that's pretty impressive. Man, when it understeers, it understeers. Just trying to think if... Let me try something crazy here. Absolutely crazy. Takes so long for it to fire into life. I want to see if I can't trail brake more this way. Because the big thing is, I want to be able to trail brake more with this car without having it get super loose on me. Because if I can still do it without it snapping loose, then that's the best of both worlds. But if it starts to just snap loose on heavy braking, then I have to go the other way with it. Just because I personally can't deal with that on braking. Some people are good enough to do that. I am not one of those people. Oh, see, that lets me brake so much further in, though. It's my favorite part about putting more rear brake in. Is right up until the point where it snaps loose, it feels fantastic to have that rear brake in it. I'm still not braking correctly for that first corner. $57.8. Whew. Good Lord. Yeah, see, I'm just not finding the right turn-in point there. I'm just so afraid to turn in early and use that curb, because it's literally rolled my car so many times. I'm just afraid to do it now.
That was a 59.13.
That was ugly. Almost as ugly as my lines this time. Holy cow. He's got me by 0.2 in the first sector alone. Jeez. I think of all the curbs, that's probably the one I can use the most aggressively. Well, I didn't lose any time in that sector. And I know it's highly likely I lose a little bit there.
The lap was a
1,000th better. So I lost a lot of time in that third sector somehow. There's something I'm doing wrong in that first sector. Just can't quite nail it down. Oh, that was really good. Oh, come on. I don't know if I can make up 0.2, but we're gonna try flat out. Ah! Does not feel like it's gonna stick on the exit of that corner. But somehow it does.
The lap was a 58.42.
Yeah. So basically, I picked up 3.5 tenths in that one sector. No, 4 tenths. Because I was down by 2.5 and ended up being up by 1.5. Math is hard. See, I'm still doing. I don't.
That's a good setup, Hamster.
The tough part is, thank you, sir. I actually ended up changing the brake bias backwards even further, because it seems like it's actually okay with it. But yeah, I found it turns in a little bit better than the default one this way.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it also rolls easier. Other than Harmer, our times are really close, though. Alright, I need new tires on it. At least it looks awesome when I flip it. And that's what's important, right? Oh.
Shit, I don't have side screens. I'm sorry. I had no way knowing you was coming. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, that was fine. That was hilarious. At first, in my brain, I was like, whoa, whoa, what did I hit? I thought I ran into something. Oh, that's
no,
funny.
I pulled out and made a left, and there you was. I saw the side of your car. Oh, the replay's even uglier.
Oh. really need to figure out how to enter that first corner better, though. Because if I could enter it right there, like if I could enter the corner the way that I get into it when I come out of the pits, that would be perfect. I mean, obviously, that's going to be slower than what I actually want to take it at, but that's the amount of grip I want for that corner, basically. 9/10. What? What? It's got me by almost a second on this tiny little track. Holy cow. Alright, let's see what I can do with fresh tires here. That felt good. I wonder if I'm losing some time in that corner too, by braking too early. Ooh! Ooh! Fastest Sector 1! Fastest Sector 1! We just gotta keep it together now. Be aggressive but not crazy. Oh, that's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I'll be happy even if this is a really good time for me. I mean, that was an amazing first sector. Stick, stick, stick. So fresh tires really make a big difference, it seems like. And I ripped the best surface off of it right away.
8.18.
It seems like just getting the car into the apex of that corner is the really important bit for that first sector. Oh, that's way too wide. Dang it. That first lap is really the only time the tires are at their best, though. I like how aggressive my brake balance lets me be in that corner, though.
I'll be right back.
In this corner, you just
Alright.
turn all the way and hope it bites.
That was a 58.91.
Oh, that was so bad. And I tried to make it all up in the second half of that corner. Uh-oh. Oop. I definitely don't like how quickly I'm wearing the tires, though. That worries me. Because, I mean, if I go flat out for 2 laps in a row, my front left is already going to be yellow.
And we're all right there time-wise.
Well, except for one of us.
Well, yeah. Those of us fighting for second place are all right there. That's a lot closer than we normally are to him, though, so we'll take it.
Very true.
Well, if he's gone, can you start the race now? You have a lap of good defense.
Oh, that's funny. Catching up to live pictures. Actually, I want to look at my livery.
I'm back.
We weren't talking about you while you were gone.
Okay,
Nope.
so this isn't a livery I made.
Oh, good.
I made the folder and never made the livery.
If you were, it's going to be on Hamster's replay.
Yeah, the whole world can see it.
Because I forgot the words. Anyway, the main point is I made
I watched that whole race, Hamster, like your replay. You do an awful lot of talking while you're driving, which is impressive.
for which race?
I can't. Last week's Friday race, you were talking like, half the time, which if I say more than 5 words in a row, I'm off the track.
Well, it helps when I don't have to hold down a button to do it.
Nope, wouldn't make any difference to me.
Yeah, we think Harmer's mad at us half the time because he don't talk to us.
Yeah,
if you-
I don't.
If you can get him talking about like his girls or hockey or something like that during a race, it helps a lot.
Aha.
Yeah.
Weaknesses.
Problem is he's pretty smart to it most of the time.
Anyway, what I was going to say about the livery. I remember I made a folder for it, but I never made the livery. I want to, though. I need to go back and do it. Because the Renault Megane Trophy livery template was not very good, but the Formula Renault 3.5 template was awesome. So I think it's just going to be hit and miss with some of the templates. But they're nice enough to work with. And there's a solid enough group for this. It is only 4 of us, but it's still a fun enough group that it'll be fun to make liveries for. I also might start making more for Assetto Corsa too. Just because the cars look so good in that game when you finish with them. It's not very easy to do matte colors in Assetto Corsa, and they come out more dull than I like. Whereas usually matte colors are a little more light because of the way the paint is applied. But you still can do them. Like I did for tomorrow's race. Speaking of which, I might as well mention this now. Tomorrow on Saturday at 9:30 my time. I think qualifying and practice are before that, but the race starts at 9:30 my time. We're doing a very long form 7-lap race around the Nordschleife in the BMW M235i. I think that's the name of it. Anyway, it's the racing BMW that's in Assetto Corsa. If everybody shows up, it could be a bit of fun. But it will be a very long race because the fastest lap I can do around there in that car, I think was 8.5 minutes. So with 7 laps, it's going to be over an hour probably. But if you want to stop by at any point for that, then feel free because I will be streaming that. All right, let's keep ourselves warmed up here. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
I'm ready whenever you guys are. I'm just gonna take about a half a lap to see what I just changed here, if it works.
Yeah, same here. Let me get one time lap in here. I probably screwed up even more.
That's the great thing about this game. Half a lap or a lap is not going to tell you shit all about your setup.
Come
All
on,
I need
Armor.
to know, buddy. All I need to know. If it's faster than that other one, it told me a lot.
That's true.
That's one of the tricky things with sharing setups, though, is a lot of times a setup that will work for one person will not work for others. So, oh god, that's what I need to avoid doing in the race. Damage is off, but you will still ruin your tires by doing that. Because in order to get it to stop in time, you still have to just slam the brake pedal as hard as you can.
All right, one lap here, and I'll be good to go. One more lap.
Let him get a nice clean entry in. Again, I'm just out here to keep myself warmed up more or less. God, it is really close between me, Drafter, and Bub. Which means any mistake will cost second place. No, it does mean we're all going to have to be pretty much up on the wheel the whole time. That corner is so scary. You keep your foot down, you turn, and you hope that you got your turn-in point right, and that it sticks.
It's a nice time, Harmer.
I'm just watching Bub.
He knocked me so hard it threw me back in the pits. Nice lap, Harm. Yeah, you know there's a little dirt trail right there? Look at that. Oh.
No, I didn't.
Oh, there is. There is one now.
Yeah, there is now.
Turn. Nope.
I'm good to go.
No. Oh, it's stuck. I have to.
Yes,
I'm just keeping myself
same
warmed
here.
up.
That was a 59.23.
All right, let's roll.
Ugh. Oh, excuse me. The key will be trying to stay as close to Harmer as possible, which will obviously be tricky, but...
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Why am I in the pits? Oh, because it doesn't grid you till you hit race. Okay, I freaked out for a second. I was like, oh god, why am I in the pits instead? Ugh. Get a nice big drink before it'll be stuck. Oh, you guys can see it. I thought maybe you couldn't see the bottom left. So this should be quite a bit of fun. Now with this car, it's actually not as important to get a bunch of temperature in the tires on this formation lap.
That's the paint scheme I normally choose with these cars, Hamster.
that's
I think we must kind of like the same colors or something.
well, I with the liveries I make, I always use blue, black, and white, so I try to pick things that are similarly colored.
Oh, you made that one?
No, this one was one of the default ones, but the ones
Yeah, I
that
was
I do
gonna say,
make use the same
the only
colors
reason
effectively.
The only reason I picked that one normally is because it's the 24 car, but I went with a different one this time. Just I don't know, on a whim.
It's funny though, we do really have a knack for picking the exact same ones. Now, while tire heat is not all that important, brake heat in these really is. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Lulz. Tried to put a little too much heat in the brakes there. I forgot I had so much rear brake bias in it.
Hope you didn't flat spot them.
They're still green, so I don't think I did. Hopefully not, anyway. Unfortunately, I didn't get to put very much temperature in the brakes either. Usually I like to floor it and then let it rest in first gear a few times. Oh, I got a good start. Oh, I got a really good start. Yeah!
Yeah, Drafter, you look red in that red car, man, like some house husband or something driving that thing.
House husband.
Soccer dad, man, or something.
Jesus, we can't even get through the first corner. That's awesome.
Oh.
That is That's
That's
awesome.
I'm gonna have to.
What was talking about Friday nights?
I'm gonna have to really push these first few laps, which is really gonna hurt my tires. But these laps are my only real chance. Now, unfortunately, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I didn't roll it.
That was a nice save from where I was sitting.
No doubt.
Oh.
That was a 106.46.
I've done that so many times and rolled it. Holy cow. I honestly can't believe I didn't flip that thing over. Holy cow. So now Harmer will probably spear off into the distance. But on the bright side, I don't have to try quite as hard. I mean, I still obviously have to try quite hard because the guys behind me are still fast. But I don't have to go 10,000% every lap to try and keep Harmer behind. Oh. Because the pace between me, Drafter, and Bub is much more similar between the three of us. If I lift just a little bit, it makes that corner much easier. Slower, but much
She
easier.
wants to roll over a little bit to get that curve, huh?
Yep.
That lap was a 59.
How was that back there on one wheel?
Oh, you can see how much time Drafter gained on me there just by getting the first part of that right. Luckily, you're on full throttle more out of the second part. So it matters a teensy bit more. Oh, that was a really good first sector for me, though, surprisingly. Uh-oh, what happened to Bub? I had to back out of that big time. There you can see already though my front left has that one box missing.
That lap was a 58.44.
So I'm already starting to wear through it. That's my biggest worry, honestly, is that I just burn through that front left too much. I mean, in all honesty, there's not that much you can do about it around this circuit. Considering there's only one left-hand corner. I mean, technically this kink could count as one, but most people aren't going to count that. And the other 5 are rights. So almost no matter what you do, that front left is always going to take more of a beating than the other 3 tires. I actually might try and conserve it a little bit. I mean, there's only so much I can do, because these guys are just,
That lap was a
they constantly push you no matter what.
9.
So you can only conserve so much, really. Unless you just plan on riding behind them and then trying to pass them late. If you want to stay ahead, they'll definitely push you all the way around for that. I think for my personal style, I'm probably better off just trying to maintain the same speed the whole time. I've noticed when I try to modulate my speed at all, it usually doesn't end that well. Usually ends with me either trying too hard and throwing it into a barrier at very high speed, or not trying hard enough and taking a little, basically not taking enough speed into a corner and then clipping a curb where I shouldn't and spinning or flipping or
That
something.
was a 58.78.
So for me at least, it seems to work much better when I just try and keep a relatively consistent pace. Whether that means I burn off my tire or not. Although in oval racing, that really, really hurts me. That's something I'm trying to learn, and racing with these guys on Sunday nights definitely helps with that a lot. And just watching the different paces they have at different points of the race. when they choose to push and when they don't. It's really, it's so much more fun than it should be to pop the right side tires up in the air in this thing. And it feels so awesome because you feel when it hits and you feel when it lands.
The
That's,
lap was a
it's fun.
58.92.
Makes me wish I had like $20,000 and could buy a hydraulic rig. Oh, that felt slow that time, yeah. And again, unfortunately, Harmer's just flying off into the distance. There's a couple combinations that he's just very, well, if we're honest, there's a lot of combinations he's very good at. There's a couple in particular that he's exceptional at. Oh, man. That spot needed mowing.
That was a 59.22.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! I drove into
Oh.
that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was all my bad.
Need a caution?
No, I'm going.
Same.
I just drove in a hair too deep and just had to kind of recover, and then Hamster just couldn't avoid me.
Well, if I had acted sooner, I could have, but by the time I realized I was going to wash out to you, it was too late. The brakes were on, but they were not stopping me. Because I thought for sure I would clear him, and then the front left was just like, hey, you know all that grip I had 2 milliseconds ago? Yeah, I've got none of it now. And so then my left foot was like, hey, let's apply the brakes. And then the game was like, hey, it's too late. Hit. Oh. Those situations are really tough to react fast enough to, though.
15.53.
And particularly the angle I mean, realistically, having more experience in those situations, somebody who's had that happen to them before probably would recognize that the car on the inside is probably going to go a little wide because he didn't get his normal entry, and it's the first time we've done that this race, and then account for that. But again, in the heat of the moment, I'm mostly thinking, oh, I have an opportunity to get the spot back. I'm not thinking, oh, my car is going to wash out into his. So it's a combination of things. Looking back on it, obviously.
Well, I'm leaving like a fool going around these damn corners here.
It's funny how we all basically do that. Like, even if you just do a tiny bit, you pretty much always catch yourself leaning a little bit into corners.
9.03.
Or even if it's just with your head. Yeah, my front left is definitely not happy anymore, though. I might have to see if I can find, see if Safe is Fast has any videos on tire conservation. 'Cause that's one thing I'm very, very bad at still. And I'd be interested to hear what some of the pros say about how they conserve tires. Because when it comes to fuel, I've heard a lot of them talk about lifting and coasting and short shifting and all that sort of stuff, but you don't hear very many of them talk about how they actually save tires. I don't know if it's just a safely guarded secret or what, but
That was a
it's one thing that I'd really like to find out more about.
59.23.
See if I can apply any of it to this. Because in rFactor in particular, I really burn through my tires very, very quickly. And it might just be a case where it's a lot of other games just overestimate the amount of grip that you gain or lose over time, and rFactor is just a little more harsh / realistic with it in terms of how it's burning it off. And I might just have to
And I
adjust
was able
to
to grab a drink of beer on that uphill chicane. That's pretty impressive.
Nice.
Darn it, Drafter's pulling away from me now. I try and reel him back in.
It's the small victories.
Well, that's all I got back here, 3 laps back.
8.81.
And one bright red front left tire.
Yeah, mine's just sort of permanently yellow.
I take some yellow right now, man. Mine is red.
I didn't even know you could get it to red. Don't you have to get it to like 200C? Holy cow. I almost wonder if putting more camber in the front left would help with wear around here, or if it would hurt wear. Because the amount that you lean on it, it feels like putting more camber in it would wear the inside shoulder a little more, but would save the outside, which is what you're leaning on for
9.36.
the other corners. Because other than that, I can't think of any real way to save that tire around here. I mean, other than just putting a ton of tire pressure into it to the point where it's almost going to burst, but then it's not going to turn for you. Because I mean, stiffening it up will only make it use that tire more, and you don't even have suspension settings in this car to do that anyway. I don't know, I'd just be curious to look. I'm just gonna have to look up information on it. I can speculate all I want, but without knowing. I have a sneaking suspicion that increased camber would help, though. I mean, obviously it'll make the inside shoulder wear more, but
That was a
that's not,
59.65.
as weird as it sounds, that's not the most important part of the tire for this. Now in real life, I mean, you don't want to do that because you'll rip apart the inside shoulder and then the tire will come apart. But in games, it should be a little easier to get away with. Although in rFactor it may punish me for that. I could see it doing that. Which just sort of wears the whole tire evenly, no matter what you do. I know my toe values definitely don't help with tire wear though. But it's how I get this car to turn, just by cranking the toe. Oh, I hope I put enough fuel in. Oh! Now we're in the red wear-wise.
That lap was a 59.74.
Oh, yeah. This tire does not want to turn anymore. I'm going to definitely have to dial it back a little bit. Okay, it says I have 8 laps of fuel left, so I should be good. I keep forgetting to check my fuel thing on the left-hand side. I just see the little light go on and immediately start to panic a little bit. My lap times are definitely slower than they were before, though. Like, as soon as that clicked over to red on the tire wear, I stopped being able to push.
That lap was a 59.58.
So yeah, the odd thing is on the right side meter, 200C is red, but on the bottom right one, it's still yellow. So I must wonder if that's what Bub was referring to. Because in that case, my front left tire is red all the way around. But again, outside of putting a bunch of pressure in it, which changes the way it feels, I'm not sure how else to control that. Oh my word. My grip is gone. Oh, I want to pit so bad. Oh, now I'm in the 1 minute
The
range.
lap was
That's
a
bad.
1:00.93.
It's just tough to suddenly adjust your acceleration points and whatnot. Oh. Come on. Oh, that was a good first sector, though. I mean, considering the lap before I was a second down, this time I'm only 4/10 down. I can still basically take that at full speed, I just have to lift for longer.
It's a good combo around here. It's such a tough track that a slower car like this is really, you know, quite fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Whee!
The lap was a 59.25.
This is sort of
Too bad Paradox missed it. It was his pick.
this is perfectly indicative of how my races go, though, where I can keep pace, I'm good at the start, but then once my tires fall off, I can't keep pace like Drafter and Harmer can, and Bub also. Well, Bub is better at it in ovals than roads. In oval, Bub is a machine, but
Yeah, it sucks he couldn't make it.
it's just that weird thing where I don't seem to either be able to manage my tire wear as efficiently, or I don't seem to be able to drive on worn tires as well. Or I guess there's an equal possibility that it's both.
That was a 50.
But outside of inconsistency, that's probably one of the weakest parts of my racing anymore. Just managing tires and dealing with worn tires. Because it always takes me more laps than I feel like it should to readjust my pace when I lose that 10th or 2 or 3. And it's also, I mean, obviously practicing that many laps in a row would definitely be beneficial. So like practicing 15, 16, 17 laps in a row would pretty much, well, not solve it, but it would at least let me know what to expect and adjust ahead of time. I think I might just need to
The lap was a
take like half a day
59.37.
and run some race simulations for myself, like do 20 laps. Oops. Just caught that grass. But do like 20 laps 3 or 4 times with different strategies. Like one time go all out start to finish and never ever ever back off. And then one time go at about 80% at the start and then go hard at the end. And then one time just go at about 90-95% the whole time. And just sort of feel the differences between those.
Yeah, nice one, Harm.
Nice win, sir. But I think that will show me more than anything.
We need to. I guess we're gonna have to get a smiley for that, Raph.
Or a tattoo.
No, I already had your tattoo. I'm gonna have to cover over it if it keeps up like this.
This is how we always finish races around here. 'Cause it's one of the most fun areas. Woo!
That was a really fun race.
Yeah, these cars are pretty cool.
I just had to push so hard at the start to even have a modicum of a chance. And then by about lap 15, my tires were just like, hey, you know that grip thing? We don't feel like doing that anymore.
Yeah, they were definitely dropping off. That's for sure.
Yeah, I finished with about 1 dot and maybe like a 1/10 of the second dot on my front left. Oh,
All right, fellas, that was
Really, eh?
good stuff for a Friday night, man.
yes, it was.
Thanks for setting it up, Harmer.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, who's up next week? Actually, I'm probably gonna miss next week, so it won't be me. Actually,
Well,
not
I'm here.
probably. I'm gonna miss it. So,
Okay, I will be here next week, but I won't be here the next week, for sure.
All of
All
them
right,
do
well, we'll figure it on the shout box, because you know that thing's a bastion of language right there right now. So.
All
All
right,
right,
good
guys.
stuff, guys.
Talk to y'all later.
User disconnected.
See ya.
yeah,
from your
thanks,
channel.
guys.
See you guys later.
Disconnected.
Oh, that was fun. Like I was saying at the end, I need to figure out how to manage my tires. And actually, what wouldn't be a bad idea is also for me to go back at some point and watch Harmer's on board. Probably don't need to watch the first few laps. Well, I guess even that they wouldn't be too bad to watch. Can I actually see his lap times? Yeah, I can. I want to see if he had any big drop-offs. So, 8.3, 8.2, 8.88. So he also had a drop-off, but not as drastic, and he was still putting in, even though they're high 58s, he was still putting in 58s here at the end. So again, if you compare that to mine, actually it's sort of a similar drop off in terms of like percentage, considering well, he closed the server, but that's fine. But it was almost a similar percentage of drop off. He just had more pace in general, but it'll probably be worth investigating that. But either way, that was a bunch of fun. Those guys are always fun to race with. And that combination it's not the most engaging to race, but it actually ends up being very fun because you're going so hard lap after lap. And there's no room to rest really except that front straightaway. So it does end up being quite fun. But either way, that is it for tonight. Tomorrow, like I said earlier, tomorrow I'll be doing a race at 9:30, and I'll tweet about that also when it's getting close to it. But that will be a very long one, so I don't expect very many people there. But if you want to watch it, then feel free. And for a lot of you, it'll be very, very late at night anyway. But either way, that was fun for me. Hopefully, it was also fun for you guys. And as usual, thank you all very much for stopping by. I'll see you guys later.